the voice is definitely shot. I can definitely tell you that. What is good, everybody? What is up? What is up? What is up? Oh my God. Another week of football. We are back for our NFL Week 7 reactions. Welcome to the All Day Everyday Show with All Day AJ and Manny Ruffin. Hope you guys had a splendid weekend. We obviously did. Our football teams won.
Well, the first time we can say that consecutively.
Yeah.
Our teams won.
Both of our teams won. The bar tabs were paid for from yesterday's Eagles bet. And I was at MetLife for the Giants game. We got a huge show to cover. Plenty of different stories. Top headlines, the Giants winning. Eagles winning on prime time. The brotherly shove continues to be a dominant force in the NFL and one of the biggest hawks around the league, especially in that Dolphins game. What was it, 7 for 7? I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous at this point. Had a controversial call in the Steelers game in Steelers-Rams that ended the game. Didn't have any timeouts, so couldn't challenge. Big news to talk there. The Bills get upset by the Patriots. Big news to talk about there. We will start with our teams, with the Eagles and the Giants. Before we get into any of that, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to drop a like, comment, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button so you are not missing out on any reaction shows and podcasts this NFL season. And for our loyal Apple Podcasts and Spotify listeners, we love you. We appreciate you. We know you're out there. Drop those ratings. They do help us a very, very long way. We're going to start with my new fucking jacket and somehow a Giants defense that is one of the biggest reasons why they are somehow continuing to stay in football games. The Giants at the Meadowlands yesterday at 1 o'clock. Giants beat the Commanders in a huge divisional matchup, 14-7. You know, I really got to talk about this defense again because they kept them in the game against the Bills. They were able to do it yesterday against the Commies, a game where Darren Waller's active. I know, I should be saying that, really. A game where Darren Waller's active. Tyrod Taylor looks like he can lead an offense with zero offensive line help. Can Daniel Jones do that? We still don't know. But like right now, Tyrod Taylor is figuring out a way to do this. Storylines, I got to talk about Jonathan Allen saying that 7 fucking years, it's all the same. And nothing is different. In the do-rag, in the glasses, in the chain. Talking to shit about the Commanders, who really just stink, in a game where they should have won. But the only thing I will say about this game, about this Giants team, is why do they always have to do this? Every fucking week, when they're in a situation, in a plan to win a game, they have to make it a sweat. They were up 14-0 at half. There was no reason, no way in hell that game should have got that close. And the fact that they let them walk down the field to potentially score, and I know Riverboat Ron was going to go for 2 and win the game. I know he would have done that. So the fact that they went up, it was almost a fucking 80-yard drive. I'm done with the sweat for the Giants. But again, look, we look at it last year, 365 days ago, they were 5-1. 365 days later, they are 2-5. Huge change, but at least there's a win. And especially when I was there, there's something to be happy about.
Tyrod Taylor looked extremely formidable. I don't know what that says about Daniel Jones because I'm a Daniel Jones supporter, but
me too.
That's just a story to watch. But you are correct about the defense, and I don't know what y'all call him, Sexy Dexy, what y'all call that man. He be out there. He be around.
There was a lot of sacks yesterday.
He be around, and I'll tell you what, I mean, I've been seeing some things from the Commander community about Sam Howell. I don't know if that's just emotional. I think it's just emotional. But I'll say this game was one of the trenches 100%. Saquon being back was huge, but the Giants actually, offensive line looked better. Defensive line looked great. I think this game was 100% one of the trenches. Big divisional win to get some confidence going. Saquon looked good. We got Darren Waller in the end zone. Are you kidding me?
It's literally like you had to just talk about it.
Sometimes it takes a number 2 to show that we can get this guy the ball for the number 1 to come back in and be like, all right.
You know,
if he can do it, I can do it too. Because there's no reason why he shouldn't have been doing this all season. 7 for 98 for a tut. I thought this was going to be every single game. And that one big Jalen Hyatt throw that was down the right side of the.
That was a dot, by the way.
A dot. And finally, we're just giving that kid a chance to go get one.
Right.
I thought, listen, I might have been fried. I could have been a little inebriated off the alcohol. I don't know what was wrong with me. But I literally looked up when he made that catch and I was like, is that Odell in the 13? What the fuck?
The crazy thing, though, with that play, too, is like, some of the basket throws in back-to-back weeks that we've seen from Tyrod Taylor, I really would love to know if Daniel Jones could make that throw.
I think he can. I don't know what the problem is.
I don't either, but that one to Hyatt on the sideline all the way down the field.
That's always there.
Fucking breadbasket. We don't really see Daniel Jones air the ball out that much. It's kind of that dink and dunk, a lot of yard after catch, and he's mobile.
I feel like Hyde's one of those guys. If he has 1-on-1 on the edge, you should just give him a chance.
You should give him a chance every time.
AJ Brown. I mean, he's not AJ Brown, but I'm just saying, guys who are that deep that he gets that chance by 2-3 times a game. Just give him a chance.
I mean, look, he had that long was the 42 yarder there, and he had 2 catches for 75 yards. I mean, but like you said, they won the game because of their defensive line. Huge amount of sacks yesterday, and going into this game, I actually had learned that Sam Howell has been sacked like 10 more times than fucking Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
So me bitching about the line for Daniel Jones. Well, Commanders fans could be doing the same thing.
Dude, I've been seeing some Sam Howell talk, and I've been mind blown. Maybe I'm not too tapped in, but I'm mind blown.
I would have liked to see what Daniel Jones could have done in that game, but again, this defensive line and the defense as a whole, forcing a turnover, getting a pick was awesome. Just an exciting time to be there at MetLife Stadium. Let's move over to our prime time game.
Yeah, and we were right when I said that was gonna be. Whenever we talked about it on the preview show. I think it was like you're on that game. Like that might be the game. Nah, I think it was week 2.
That was the year. Yeah. Oh no, my God, that's right.
It might have been like week 2.
That was the game that you circled.
Yeah,
it was before the league, the season even started.
Yeah, it was a preview show. It was a
preview show for the NFL season, and you were like, "This is the game I'm circling." And 7 weeks later, we finally got a
21 point total. But
no, it was
still a banger.
It's like they act like we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. I mean, I don't understand it.
I like NFC East football. I think it was a banger.
Yeah, it was. Let's move to our second team here in the NFC East. Our primetime game last night, the Philadelphia Eagles hosting the 5-1 Miami Dolphins. They get a huge win in the Kelly Green, 31-17. AJ Brown, huge showing. How the hell does he keep doing it? Is it 5 games in a row over 125?
Over 125.
It's unbelievable. This dude is phenomenal. Little limpage happening from Jalen Hurts. That was a little weird as well.
He's banged up.
Way to get the job done, 31-17 Birds.
I mean, listen, this is what you call a statement win. The defense allowed 7 points or 10 points, whatever the fuck it was. I forget what the exact number because you had the pick 6. I think 10 points.
Yeah, it was 10.
Statement win. All this noise, 49ers this. Before that, it was the Cowboys. Even leading up to the weeks before that, it was Miami Dolphins. All these teams objectively look better than the Birds, supposedly, from everyone else in the world. It's a very, very large statement dub here. A little things to be concerned about. Some I really don't like. I just can't keep watching football games where we're averaging 2 turnovers a game. I hope that gets cleaned up. But besides that, this is probably the best this team's played a complete football team win. Seeing Dallas Goedert get going in the beginning was huge. I don't think enough people are giving credit to Sean Desai that he deserves. He's been calling excellent defensive plans every single game we get out here. And I mean, listen, Tyreek Hill still got off, still affected the game a shit ton, but it didn't feel like video game Tyreek Hill out there. And he definitely didn't feel like Jalen Waddle and Mosher were getting off like the way they usually were. I had to get my hats off to Sean Desai because this is a game that, I mean, we won 31-17, but I wouldn't have been shocked and or mad at the defense or Desai if you told me we won 34-31 at all. And the fact he helped 10 points is a huge statement. Listen, the Birds are here. I'm not going to say the Birds are back because, I mean, I've been saying these teams are better, but I think we can beat them on. We're just proving points yet, time and time again. And I don't know. Did you see the clip? I don't know if you saw the clip, but there's this guy on YouTube that was like, he's a Dolphins fan. He was watching the Beverly Shove, and he was watching every Beverly Shove, and he was getting pissed. I just, listen, man, at some point we're going to have to come to acceptance. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that y'all guys support it. I'm not saying I love it. I'm not, you know what I mean? But listen, if you find an exploit in the NFL, you're going to take it every single fucking time. It's like the same thing we saw in the NBA, people flopping with the pump fakes and getting their calls on threes and shit. Like, oh my God. Like, yeah, it's horrible, I guess, objectively, but if it's broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, especially for that brotherly shove. 7 for 7.
The Birds are 6-1. The Birds are the best team in football. I don't think there's much you can say about it. I really don't think there's much you can say about it.
If anybody was out there that thought that that the Dolphins were gonna win this game, I
Daily Hitman did.
I mean, I don't understand.
That's always that's fucking.
Yeah, bro. Because it makes no sense to me because they lost that tough game that really went down to coaching, in my opinion, in MetLife against the Jets. They were not coming back home on primetime on national television and losing to this team. This was one of the games we had to circle on the calendar. Speaking of circling games on the calendar, circling this one especially because this is now after week 2, after week 3. Now we're really circling it because we see how good this Dolphins team is. And the Eagles they got the job done. That was very simple. They got the job done.
I was domination.
Like sloppy.
I mean,
turnovers.
Sloppy domination though.
But yeah, the last, I think it was the second to last scoring drive when they made it 24. They went 8 plays, 75 yards in 3 minutes and 47 seconds.
Down the field.
And it looked honestly, in my opinion, it did not look like a great drive. And when they showed the time of possession on that drive, I'm like, wait a minute. They went 75 yards on 8 plays in 3 minutes and 47 seconds there? Because that didn't look like it. Then the next drive, they go like 7 minutes, 13 plays, 68 or 65 yards. And they just killed all the clock. And I'm like, see, that's a fucking drive.
And Jalen Hurts closes the game with one of the coldest and probably one of the most clutchest throws we've seen so far in the NFL this year. So I forget who the linebacker was. Oh my God. But coming in free, Dodgers kind of gave one on the block. Knows he's about to get killed. A.J. Brown nearing double coverage, drops an absolute dot in here. Doesn't have to move. And that's for anyone doubting Jalen Hurts on anything. Like those are the plays where it's like, yeah, brain dead, but we keep winning. We're 6-1. We keep winning. My boy keeps doing his thing. It's self-explanatory. We gotta rank them. Would you put the Eagles above the 49ers now? I just said it, the best thing in football.
And then would you who would be your 3 in the NFC? Would you go Lions at 3 then?
Probably have to. I like the Rams over them though, but they just lost the Steelers, obviously.
Yeah, so the Lions. Let's move to the let's jump around here. Let's move to another 1:00 game. The Lions in Baltimore. I guess we gotta pump the brakes on the Lions now. 38-6, getting destroyed by Lamar Jackson. 4 total touchdowns in a huge win against the Lions. 38-6. Only points coming in the fourth quarter. Things to note as well. I mean, we're talking about the Lions being 5-2. They were 1-5 after 6 games last year. Now what? We're like. I think this is time, if we're Lions fans, hey, hold on a second, pump the brakes. Big dominant win, and you got to give some hats off and some credit to the Ravens here. I mean, Ravens are showing some life. Is that a top 3 team in the AFC?
It's way more about the Lions were fucking 5-1 going into play the Ravens after the Ravens offensive look just. I wasn't the only person questioning the Ravens offense last week. Yes. You feel me? That they walked into a slaughterhouse. That Ravens team looked everything that we were waiting to be looked unlocked. That first game of the season looked unlocked. Now it took to week 7. It's all good, but I'm seeing first drive of the game. We have read options with RPOs in tow with Odell. It took us 7 weeks, but finally, and that shit looks good. It looks unstoppable. Holy shit! Listen, man, this win moves me way more for the Ravens than it does about the Lions. The Lions are coming this off of I want to say 4 straight wins, 5-1 for the first time in God knows how long. They were going to walk into a setup at some point. They're just fine. I do personally think the Rams are better though. I just think I don't know. It's kind of like the Eagles 49ers thing or Eagles Dolphins thing. The records might end up being better or whatever, but I think when that matchup comes down to it. I like the Rams right now, but the Lions they're still fine. It's just an ugly loss for them, though. You hate to see it this way, but I like that the Ravens offense finally was showcasing everyone. Holy shit. Zay Flowers is catching 30-yard digs down the field. Mark Andrews is doing his thing. I got Rashad Bateman catching 2 or 3 passes in a row. Odell's getting his. Good for y'all, because we was pumping the brakes last week. I wouldn't get back
Facts,
on
we were pumping the brakes.
We were pumping the brakes. I mean, that shit was bad, bro. That shit was bad. I'm back.
Now Ravens look good. Also,
sometimes you gotta pump the brakes so we can get back on track.
I'm in Ross St. Brown. Week in and week out. Every game. How are we when are we cannot just go past this every week.
Every game.
I mean, the numbers of just look at that. Not even the receptions for 13. 19 fucking targets is ridiculous. I mean, it's he is unstoppable every single week. No, Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown have a connection that needs to be discussed as one of the top wide receiver quarterback tandems in the league because we just see it every week. Let's head over to the beatdown and upset in New England. Mac Jones's team, the New England Patriots, who I was talking about last week as being arguably the worst team in football.
I think they still are.
I still think they are. Somehow upsets the Bills in a game they needed to win. That now that means they are 0-2 in divisional games. No, they beat 1-2 in divisional games. They beat down the Dolphins, lost to the Jets in week 1, and now they lose here. The divisional play from the Bills, that's 3 straight weeks in a row. Let's remember that. A awful slow start in London against the Jags, which resulted in a loss 25-20. Then you go back home against New York. Awful slow start, end up winning that in a grinder game that they should have won that game by 20 fucking points. And then you come here and you lose in New England in a divisional game to the worst team in football. The Bills are in shambles. But I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, well, that's still my team that's still my top 3 team in the AFC. Get the hell out of here. 29-25.
It's some
Patriots.
noise coming for Josh Allen head. And listen, I don't think at least from me watching parts of Bills games this year, it seems like they're trying to protect Josh Allen more. It seems like they're not trying to have him run, at least on design runs as much. I definitely probably has been talking more for him to throw the ball out of bounds more and not run around like a chicken with his head cut off. But me personally, I think when the Bills are at their best, he's playing with reckless abandon. And I think there's a line he has to straddle. 7 carries for 17 yards. Think about the runs they had in the playoffs when they were battling with the Chiefs or not. Think about last year when they actually had a decent year coming back down the stretch. It wasn't 7 for 17. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I understand they're trying to preserve the guy, and I understand he can do dumb things with the football sometimes, but I think he's a double-edged sword that you got to just go ahead and let that burn you sometimes. Now, on the Pats, we was calling Belichick dead last week. I mean, I was calling Belichick dead last week. I was trying
a lot of people were.
I was trying to find out what was going on in his personal
Robert Kraft
life.
even was ready to
I was
shop
trying to
his
find out
ass.
if everything was good at the crib. Like, you never doubt this man in the divisional game. A player he's played 8 times at this point, I think, because Josh Allen's been started for 3-4 years. So it's probably the 6th to 8th time he's seen Josh Allen off of losing by 30 at the crib. Like, damn, it was so perfect for the Patriots money line and we just missed it. Shout out Mike Gesicki. I think he scored twice on national television. Or did he score once? It was.
Yeah, once he got in there.
I was gonna say because I know Kenny had that once and twice. I know he had that once and twice.
Yeah,
get Mike Gesicki in for tight end night. I mean, good W for the Pats. We can at least be happy for 6 days.
Hey, can we talk?
They haven't been able to be happy for 6 days in a long time. They all can be happy for 6 days. The Pats can be happy for 6 days. It's a nice week to restore some order in the league.
Can we talk about Mac Jones not having a turnover in a football game?
Yeah.
That's also a win in itself.
Step in the right direction.
Jesus Christ.
Step in the right direction.
Good win. Way to go, Mac Jones. Way to go. But again, I still think you guys are the worst team in football. And
I love to see. Do we see Giants versus Patriots this year?
We might.
I actually think we do. Fuck yes, I think we do.
Like, I want to actually look at.
Let's go.
Do we?
No, we do because we play the Patriots. Yep.
Yeah. November 26th. I think that's that's the Sunday after Thanksgiving. So,
perfect. That's gonna be a fucking terrible, and it's gonna be a good one to watch.
Who the hell is gonna watch that game? They win.
Me.
They're not gonna even televise that. They're not gonna televise that. Okay, let's move on to the Indianapolis Colts. Now with the news of Anthony Richardson, we have to start thinking about this as well. Can Gardner Minshew be the guy the rest of the way? We still do not know that. The Colts moved now to 3-4 after this 39-38 loss to the Cleveland Browns in a game where Cleveland now moves back-to-back wins against last week's upset over the 49ers, and then you feed that momentum into this week with this win against the Colts. A lot of point scoring. Did not think the Browns were to come out here and score, bro. 39-38 in a Browns-Colts game. Get the hell out of here.
Pour one out for all my underbetters. Because what the fuck is that?
I don't know.
I got P.J. Walker. Well, Deshaun Watson started the game, but he ended up getting hurt. I got hope he's okay. Because they were saying, I hate when he gets hurt. I understand what he did, guys. You know what I'm saying? I understand what he did. You saw the one tweet where they said he thought he was back on the table. Come on, man.
Like, it's.
Yeah. I got P.J. Walker in the game.
Nothing on that.
I got P.J. Walker in the game. I got Gardner Minshew starting. Best defense in football. Another very good defense. You think this is a complete obvious under. Then out of nowhere, Gardner Minshew wants to put up 306. Dot the field up. I forgot. Oh, look, we got JT back. P.J. Walker was like the best third-string quarterback in the history of the NFL. This game ended up probably being the most entertaining game on the slate, in my opinion. At least from one I kept looking back and seeing. I think someone hit a big ticket on Jerome Ford first touchdown the other day.
I had him in fantasy, too.
You had Jerome Ford in fantasy? I mean, this ended up being the most entertaining game of the day. I don't know how. I listen. if Gardner, I Gardner Minshew holds a soft spot in my heart because of what he's done with the Birds and I mean his service and whatnot. PJ Walker holds a soft spot in my heart because of his Temple ties. So there is some bias there. But goddamn, can we all appreciate and clap it up for seeing the best game of the Sunday football cover PJ Walker and Gardner Minshew? Holy shit. You're not going to see that ever again.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, it's a huge one. I think that the biggest thing there is for all our bettors out there.
Sorry.
You are damn right about that. That under was...
Are you serious?
Oh my God. I mean, we're at almost 80 points right there.
Are you serious?
From the fucking Colts and the Browns.
Are you serious?
Who's ever picking that?
I know some people like alter that under up too, and like the little builder parlay. Like that's just disgusting.
That's right. All right, let's move into another divisional matchup in Tampa. Buccaneers Falcons. I saw Lauren and the Book It team.
Showing up the Bijan and shit.
They got to meet Bijan. That was pretty cool. Lauren in the Texas Bijan shirt or jersey. That was pretty cool. Bijan does not play. Said head was hurting. Artie Smith said, "Okay, we'll take a look at that."
But fourth quarter with 33 seconds left to go, he gets the rock. And it only causes a couple questions from the gamblers out there. Why the fuck weren't the lines adjusted? And we know Bijan Robinson said he wasn't feeling too well, doesn't want to play. We don't adjust lines.
Well, here's the deal.
And y'all make sure he comes out and gets one carry. It's another week in the NFL where people are wondering if this thing rigged. Well, I don't blame them.
But I don't either because that technically means they can't void it now.
No.
Because he did play a snap.
And that's what I was saying. Remember I was saying when we were talking about the Rams game and I was like, they don't rig the big time shit. They rig the shit you can't. Like if you didn't bet that or if you weren't at least tuned in with the props on Sunday, you probably didn't even really peep. Like, I didn't peep at all until people started tweeting like, yo, Bijan Robinson said he wasn't going to play.
Artie Smith said he wasn't either.
They posted his lines anyway or whatever. And he gets one carry and like with 30 seconds left in the game. So like, I guess you can't void the bet because he got a carry.
He got a snap.
Like that's insane, so, bro.
Like, all the under.
That's insane.
It would have been a sweat. Like people that were pointing that out too. That's a sweaty play. Like
we were trying to take that.
trying to get his under when as soon as they say he's out.
Hell yeah.
Now the fact that it wasn't voided at all pregame is also ridiculous.
A little weird
because we all had the news knowing he wasn't going to play.
A little weird.
But for the game standpoint, 16-13 Falcons, Bucks. After starting relativing hot with new quarterback Baker Mayfield,
I thought the Bucks had this one in the bag.
Don't think they are really even going to be a competitive enough team to go after this division, regardless of where they stand right now.
No, I see that. I completely disagree because of shit like this. What are the Saints to that?
Well, they're lost.
Saints lost.
They're lost on.
So the Falcons
lost to Morel. We're gonna.
The Falcons lead. The Falcons lead the division. They're 4-3. They're gonna have to run it back. And listen, it wasn't the Desmond Ridder heroics that I was mainly talking about, but it took a little bit of Desmond Ridder fourth quarter keeping the boats afloat to win this game. And then obviously Young Ho Koo, and I forget the kicker's name for the Bucks, but they literally were having a kickoff in the second half. I think they both had three of them. So we'll see this rematch, and it'll be interesting to see. But it's a really good dub for the Falcons.
Falcons also. This is what is like a lingering question. I feel like consistently now that we're 7 weeks in. They got to figure out how they are going to balance Tyler Algier, Cordell Patterson, and Bijan Robinson. I mean,
I think it's going just fine.
I don't. I'm just not I mean, especially for guys that we knew that Bijan was going to be that guy in the NFL. Especially for fantasy owners, you're just not going to see that. 21 carries a game, 100 yards, touchdown, 6 receptions, 40 yards. I mean, we're putting up 28 points a week, 22, averaging 22 a week. We're just not going to see that because they have this triple-headed dragon monster of these three guys that they can use, where I don't know what the usage is going to look like on a consistent basis week in and week out for Bijan Robinson. But then you can do shit like that, or he barely plays, or he doesn't play at all, and you still have plenty of guys to step in there and do the job. We are going to get to that Steelers game, but I do want to go back because we were talking about that division. I want to go back to Thursday night. I know it was Thursday. It was a while ago already. Jags Saints. Saints lose this one. Jags started early. 31-24. Jags started off early. Saints looked like shit. Derek Carr looked like shit all game long, all night long. Alvin Kamara, he is unbelievable with how many times he catches the ball.
He's everything.
I mean, it's fucking ridiculous at this point.
He's everything.
But then we have to shine some light on it. I mean, Foster Moreau, we got to catch those. We got to catch those in the end zone. We got to shine some light on it. I did like, it was Juwan Johnson and Alvin Kamara were kind of like consoling him after that after that happened. So that's great, sportsmanship, being a team leader there. That was great. But look, I got the Saints in the future to win the fucking division. We can't be losing games like this. Like these are our games. Came back, you had all the momentum right there in front of you. Blew it. Saints it's every week they continue to look like just shittier. It's like, what was that stat with the 1-score games? What team was that? The Lions?
No. What 1 year? I know 1 year we did this podcast, and I said I remember the Cardinals lost like 11 of them.
No, 1-score games. It's getting out of control with the Saints, especially when I have them in the future. But look, Jags, is that a top 3 team in the AFC?
Yeah, probably.
You go. What would you go? Would it go Chiefs? Dolphins? Would you go Jags and then Bills, or Bills Jags? I feel like you gotta go.
I go Jags and Bills.
I think Jags Bills,
especially because they won a head-to-head too.
Right.
I'd say this is a top 3 team in the division, and Travis Etienne just finds the end zone every fucking game.
I love it.
This.
I need it.
So, can we rank our locks of the week every single week?
Yeah.
Adam Thielen, everything. Mm-hmm. Under it, who was the last one?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, everything. And then it's Travis Etienne. I guess it's just touchdown.
It's just a touchdown.
Just touchdown. Sure. Actually automatic.
And we can do Alvin Kamara receptions too.
Yeah, because, we're getting 14 targets and then 17 carries. They treat him like Barry. They treating that man like Barry. I ain't mad at it. I hope his body's okay. Because that's a little bit of Derrick Henry
bullshit.
treatment. I hope his body's all right. Good to see Jamal Agnew back. I think we haven't seen him in the first little parts of the season because he's a problem in that offense as well. Good W for the Jaguars. And then Duval.
Yeah,
they might hate that.
And they all said they said, I never heard this. I never heard how it was said like that.
Fuck it. I'll come out there and say it again.
That one guy commented. He was like, we were talking about the Duval chants, and Manny was doing it, and some guy in the comments was like, I don't know, I think you're saying it wrong, but I love it.
Yeah, I'm saying it wrong, brother. I'm sorry. I'm an Eagles fan.
Okay, let's go to the controversial ending here in Los Angeles. I did have the Rams money line yesterday. That didn't help out. Steelers get a big win here, 24-17. Kenny Pickett it was just before the 2-minute warning. There was 2 minutes and 18 seconds. They go for it on 4th and 1. It looks like he stopped. But somehow they rule him that he got the first down. And the Rams are out of timeouts, so they can't challenge the play because then risk losing that challenge and losing that timeout. They can't risk that. So they just have to play it as it stands. If you watch the clip and you watch the video, he literally looks like he falls down at the line of scrimmage. I don't know how. So again, that's how the Rams lose.
Bro, I would have loved for them to call him short. Just because if you go copy the Beverly shove, go all the way.
Facts.
I hate seeing this half-ass. I'm going to just send a wide receiver in motion and then put one wide receiver to... Bro, if y'all want to copy the play, copy the play. Like, it's all good. Yeah. Like, just go ahead and run it, bro. Like, I hate when I see them half-ass and you get... Of course, you're going to half-in short. Kenny Pickett trying to run that play, and he definitely was short.
He fell down way too short.
And that's absolutely
horrendous way
fucking... That's disgusting.
Horrendous.
Puka Nacua, do we have to have... Is he in the lock list as well?
Dude.
I don't know if we add him in there because we have Cooper Kupp back, and we have to adjust with the... What are we doing, FanDuel, with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua? Because Cooper Kupp got 1 for 31 that game. Or 2 for 29. Jesus fucking Christ.
That's what I'm saying. I had him on a fantasy. So that's just like a really tough...
All right.
That's it.
We're going to come back to Puka next week. If Puka hits next week, he might be the lock.
Right. Well, the big thing I do want to mention in this game as well...
Wait, fuck. Oh, my God. Is Jalen Hurts a lock for over 0.5 interceptions?
Chill.
Oh, fuck.
It's like that yes or no.
7, bro. He has 7.
He's at 8, I think.
He's at 8.
I think he's at 8.
He's at 8, bro.
Deontay Johnson making his return. That was nice.
Yeah, hell yeah. Really good.
Very nice to see him back on the field.
George Pickens is
and I like that George Pickens is still kind of solidifying.
He's that guy.
As the number 1 guy on that team.
He's that guy.
I know on a depth chart you may see wide receiver 1 of Deontay.
And Pittsburgh, I know I'll be coming for y'all man's Kenny Pickett. I'm gonna let y'all know 100% officially. I'm gonna lay off Kenny Pickett. I'm gonna give him some time. I'm a Kenny Pickett fan. I was drawn. I was being like the people that I don't like, that they want to see something really
telling you, man,
exciting and really fast in week 2. I was wrong. My bad. What I don't like though that y'all be doing. Why are we loud about Najee Harris?
I know.
Jalen Warren is not better than Najee Harris.
I know.
Can we settle that right? Like, Jalen Warren is not better than Najee Harris. Pittsburgh fans, period, the end.
I need to mention this on the Steelers too and this Rams team. The Rams, this was like halfway through the third quarter. 8 minutes left of the third quarter. We're up 17-10. And then you get 14 unanswered on you.
Yeah.
So regardless of that play call
Full
and
control.
that bad call decision, whatever happened on 4th and 1,
We got TJ Watt pucking it
should have
off.
never ever got to that point if we're the Los Angeles Rams. That would have been a huge win. We would have moved to 4-3 on the season. Would have been great. But you know what, Steelers? I mean, I guess that's a win there for you guys to stay in the running for that really toss up in the air of this AFC North division. Let's move to the Seahawks now. In Seattle, the Seahawks win 20-10. Another division. I mean, was this division matchup?
It was division
Week 7
matchup.
division
I fuck with
matchup.
it. I do fuck with it.
Seahawks Cardinals 20-10 for the Seahawks in this one. Kenneth Walker had a big day. He didn't get in the end zone though. And I was playing him in fantasy, so thank you for that. I did like the unis. You see that picture there, the unis with the gray pants.
Did.
Big win there. I mean, again, the Cardinals. Are we putting them as the worst team, or is it still,
No.
the Patriots?
They're
Still
way.
the Patriots?
The Cardinals is way over the Patriots. You shit me? But the Cardinals were giving people games.
I know.
This was like a
Gave the Giants a game.
This was a game. Like the Steelers had to go get this one. We got Jackson Smith and Jigba getting the first touchdown. That was probably a very nice catch. Do not know what the odds were on that, but I just don't understand why every week I continue to say it's time and time again. But I'm just missing the whales. Just getting this.
Dude,
time
me
and time
too.
Again. Just missing the whales.
I don't know why. As soon as DK was ruled out,
Why I'm not just saying?
Why am I not going to hammer Jackson?
This could happen. It could just happen.
It's just stupid. It's stupid.
Kenneth Walker, we're right about Kenneth Walker because there's a couple weeks where
Dude, can we talk about this, FanDuel? Can we talk about this, FanDuel? Kenneth Walker was minus 225 to get in the end zone yesterday.
Disgusting.
And guess who the fuck didn't get in the end zone yesterday? Kenneth Walker. What is that?
It's actually disgusting.
Can that
Jake Bobo got in the end zone.
be
Not Kenneth Walker.
over minus 200 to score
Absurd,
a touchdown
absurd.
is ridiculous.
That's absurd.
That is outrageous.
That's absurd.
How can we talk about that?
Nah, that's absurd.
Oh my God.
Maybe having McCaffrey in that range, that's absurd.
They don't even have McCaffrey there. Like
That's absurd.
minus 225. I ended up putting him in this lay, and it went down, minus 173. So he's still minus 173 to get in the end zone. What are we talking about?
Untouchable.
But not a great game. I mean, good win.
Scam duel.
Like, yeah.
Scam duel just doing what they do, man.
Oh, man. FanDuel's not gonna like us after this one. This is week in, week out. We keep seeing it. Moving on now to Denver in the Mile High city of Denver, Colorado. The Broncos beat the Packers here 19-17. Shout out. I know I saw a couple things. I think Stu Feiner from Barstool, I saw a clip. He had Broncos money line. So if there's anybody out there that had Broncos money line yesterday, I'll give you that because there was no way.
My man, the pen. That been putting the parlays in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Broncos money line too. I remember he put that in. You see that clip? My man in the pen in jail. You didn't see that clip?
Oh my God! And he had the parlay.
Yes.
Oh my.
He ain't hit last week.
Bro, I saw it.
He has a Discord now. I swear to God, he has a Discord.
Well, I think that parlay was plus 2,600 or something. And didn't he say in that video like put 500 on?
Yes.
It? Like dude cashed like 18K from that.
Yes.
Like what the fuck?
I don't know what the fuck's going on there, but he did have Broncos money line this week. Good bet. Jordan Love looked good till he didn't.
Is that every week?
Just nah, because it was just we don't make that. That was just a bad decision at the end of the game. I know how I feel about Jordan Love, but I mean, I guess it's good to see the Broncos getting back in the win. Like, this is just another ugly game.
That's just why I didn't want to touch this game at all. This is literally
No, not with a 10-foot pole. I was thinking under, low number though.
I had Dev text me. Broncos are in my money line lay, and I'm like, why are you even going anywhere near that game?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing really. There was
They
nothing
gotta win you
special.
money at some point. I feel like
Just strictly looking on the box here. Nice to see Cortland Sutton stats there.
they be sleeping on Cortland Sutton.
And hey, look. Are we still gonna talk about Jerry Jeudy like Steve Smith Sr. was doing?
That's a good week.
That's a solid game.
That's a
5
good week.
receptions, 64 yards. Hey, we can build. This is like we're building momentum for growth to go a little bit higher, so then we don't have to get shit on anymore
That's a
because
good week.
he's what did he call him? A jag, just a guy. I don't know.
If that's necessarily true about Jerry Jeudy, but
I don't know if that's necessarily true about that either.
yeah.
I don't think he's just a guy. I think it's
more
just a
than that.
situation.
Yeah.
He's a little bit more than just a guy. It's also the situation he's in. But hey, there's other quarterbacks out there. There's other receivers out there doing it with shittier quarterbacks. Definitely can say that for a fact. Last couple games here. Is this our last game? I think this is our last game. No, we got the Raiders. The Raiders. Let's go there first.
Oh God.
The Chicago Bears. What this
I hate that I
team-
called it.
This team Just makes me laugh every week.
I hate that I called it.
30-12, big win over the Raiders. But this team is so hot and cold. It's laughable. We go that Thursday night game. That was 2 weeks ago now. Thursday night against the Commanders in Washington, put up a 40-piece, 42 points. DJ Moore scoring 3 times. The next week, we barely could score a touchdown. And then you come back home, and it's 30-12. What? Dude. Without Justin Fields. What?
I hate that I called it, but with this Tyson Bagent, someone help me. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I know you won the D2. No, I know you won the D2 Heisman. Like, I'm so sorry. And I literally listened. I promise you. No bullshit. I watched part of the game. I even watched his highlights to listen to the announcer say his name before I got on the show to like remember how his name was pronounced.
That's fucking dedication. Right?
And I literally already forgot. And I'm just going back to saying Tyson Bagent. I'm sorry, bro. I hate that I called this.
Find that clip.
I hate that I called this. Because to me, to be honest, what Tyson Bagent's doing, he's just being a really good backup quarterback. I'm watching the game. It's a lot of running the ball. Deontay Foreman's, I mean, that's been my guy for the last couple of years of the podcast. I think he's a formidable running back in the league for any team. Had a hell of a game. I think he's just doing his job very well as a backup quarterback. I hate that it's going to get loud because my man fucked his hand up. But in my opinion, from what I've at least seen the last 2 weeks of just, I'm going to be honest, Bears fans, spotty and red zone coverage I've seen of your games, I think Justin Fields should still be the starting quarterback. I didn't think this would be the game I was going to get something out of. And I didn't really get too much out of it. I really didn't. He made some throws. He gets the crowd hype. They get behind him. But I think that's what you get out of your backup. I think that with any good backup quarterback on a team, that's exactly what you get. I think Justin Fields is still the guy. Now on to the Las Vegas Raiders.
The game of the backup quarterbacks. No Jimmy G.
Josh McDaniels has to go.
Yeah.
No, he has to go. I think this team has been through in the last 5 years. I don't know how many quarterbacks they've been through. Now brought in Devontae Adams. You've had Josh Jacobs. There's more things wrong here than Derek Carr.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think Josh McDaniels has to ask some questions, and we got to ask some questions to that front office because, I mean, obviously they're 3-4. I think it's going to go like this though for them. It's only obvious. And I think there's going to be some major questions raised toward Josh McDaniels' side as the season progresses. And I think he deserves a good bit of the blame.
I mean, it's not like it's getting any easier.
I see L
for the Raiders.
L.
Look at this. Raiders next. What is that? 6 weeks of football.
They're losing 4 in a row.
In Detroit, home against the Giants, home against the Jets, in Miami, home against the Chiefs, home against the Vikings, in LA against the Chargers, home against the Chargers, and then back to Kansas City for the Chiefs.
They
dead.
better hope and pray they split. They better hope and pray they split with the New York teams. Hope and pray because they don't. Where's the win? Where's the win? Vikings.
And probably they have a better chance against the Giants too for sure. But
after y'all feeling good.
Both. And here's the thing with
Saquon's back. Darren Waller is feeling the pitch in his hands again.
Both the New York teams have great defenses, which was also how they were able to get past the Eagles. I mean, Raiders are dead.
Yeah, Josh McDaniel might not have a job by Christmas.
I was going to say by December.
He might not have a job on Christmas.
Hey, so you better tell the kids that the Christmas presents might be a little light this year.
Yeah, going back to
terrible.
Nah, he could pull the finesse. Nah, he pulls the finesse. Go get the bag. Go be the Saban offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? Bill Byron probably gonna move on. Go be the Saban offensive coordinator for a couple years. I feel like that's the best incubating. Like, damn, I fucked up my last gig. Let me go call Saban's offense, lay low for a little bit.
Resort,
yeah, work my way back.
Get me off the hot seat.
Yeah,
right. Which it's and Sean Payton's gonna be next. All right, let's go to our last game of Week 7 of this NFL season. Thanks for joining us today for all of this on YouTube and Apple Podcasts and Spotify. The Chiefs in Kansas City at home against a divisional Week 7. That's what it was against the Chargers, 31-17. Huge game from Travis Kelce, 12 catches for 179 yards and a touchdown.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Can we talk about this?
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm getting a little sick and tired of this Taylor Swift
Me
bullshit.
too.
Because now we're showing stats like Adam Schefter tweeted this morning, and he's like, the facts are the facts. This is what he said. Facts are facts. When Travis Kelce is playing a game when Taylor Swift is in attendance, he's averaging like 104 yards or 101 yards per game. Okay. When she's not in attendance, it's 44 or 47 or 45, something like that, yards per game. And he's like, facts are the facts. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. That because she's there, he's averaging 60 more yards a game. Get the hell out of here. It's just the fact that Patrick wants to throw to him. He's getting the ball 12 times a game. Yeah. Of course he should have more than 45 yards a game. I'm getting sick and tired of it.
I heard that Brandon Staley was a defensive-minded coach. I think we need to like fire defensive coordinators after games like this. How does Travis Kelce have 12 for 180?
Just nuts.
In a divisional matchup, this probably, I mean, we got it. Obviously, that guy's different. I know he's different. And I wouldn't be that mad if it was 12 for 88 or 95, how it was with Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill 11 for 88. It's like, all right, he still got off. 12 for 180 is absurd. What is it for the Chargers right now? I've been so hopeful for this team for the last 2 years.
Yep.
I feel like every single season, it's usually this matchup that starts to move their season downhill a little bit, or at least shake it up a little bit. I feel like the season has just looked completely ugly way before this game even happened. I don't know. I think Brandon Staley's time might be up in Los Angeles. That's my take out of this game. And also, I completely agree with the Travis Kelce shit. When Valdez-Scantling scores and when DeMarcus Robinson gets a catch, or like, what are we doing, guys? Like, can we let Marquez Valdez-Scantling scored a touchdown. Rasheed Rice scored a touchdown. Their families are probably there. Worked their asses off to see those guys get to the fucking league. Can we at least pan to them families? Like, we don't got to pan to Travis Kelce's girlfriend every time someone does something good.
And did you see the one
I was
clip?
I was trying to be off it, but it's like, damn.
Did you see Brittany Mahomes was holding her baby and
that's cool. Y'all go do your thing.
And Taylor Swift is like taking videos and dancing. They have a fucking handshake. Did you see that?
That's cool. Do your
What's
thing.
going on?
We just don't have to.
We don't have to see it.
CBS.
We don't have to see it.
CBS don't have to hit the button.
Oh my God, I'm not a hater. I'm not a generational hater.
CBS just don't got to hit the button.
Saying,
it's cool.
We don't have to sit here and show her every play, every minute when we can. And then like that's number one that pisses me off. But number two is including her in these statistics. It's just utter bullshit and not fair to football players. Okay, when she's in attendance, they do this better. This so-and-so has this many yards and so-and-so has this many yards. I don't want to hear any of that bullshit. You can show her on the TV. I'll still be pissed off, but don't include her in the stats. Big win for the Chiefs. I mean, I was more cared about the, about that than the actual game.
That shit is absurd.
I also, in my guillotine league that I'm in, picked up Austin Eckler from waivers this week. Since, that whole team gets eliminated, so I bid on him to get him. I mean, we need more than 6 points a game.
Yeah.
Okay. To stay.
People, a lot of bettors, a lot of fantasy owners were not happy that Joshua Kelly was the guy.
Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah, a lot of people were not happy about that.
Apparently. Those are our Week 7 reactions. Teams we did not discuss this week that were on the bye: the Bengals, the Cowboys, the Titans, Jets, Panthers, and Texans, who we will all be getting to next week. If you did watch this on YouTube, make sure to drop a like, comment, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any. Oh my God, fucked up there. So you do not miss out on any new reaction shows.
Go Fightins, motherfuckers.
The Fightins are playing tonight in game number 6 of the NLCS at Citizens Bank Park. We know a plenty of amount of people that are going to this game. Very excited for them and what the Phillies can do tonight. Win, and we will see you in the World Series.
It's a rematch, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. But Texas tonight, last night, Adolis Garcia saw the stat today.
Massive, they got that last night.
I also hate ESPN stats for all this stuff. I know, we're getting out of here, guys. But they're saying that Garcia is the first player in MLB postseason history to hit a home run after striking out 4 straight times before in a postseason. I'm like, wow. Is that a stat that really fucking matters?
That's some baseball shit.
Like,
that's just a baseball. That's some baseball shit.
Does that matter? Like, come on.
That's some baseball shit.
But so Rangers huge win last night. So I do think I don't even know if I'm a Phillies fan, I don't really want any of those teams.
I want the rematch.
Everybody wants a rematch. I mean,
I think the Rangers are better, to be honest.
So do I. But Houston also in the playoffs just knows how to turn it on. I mean, Friday night.
Jose Altuve having zero reaction to what he did was insane.
Yeah, I mean, the 3-run homer on Friday night to put them up in the top of the ninth inning really just pissed me off.
They're saying he's better than Jeter now.
Of course they are.
Can you argue that?
I don't know. It's a new comment. That's a new topic for another day. Because I just can't wrap my head around talking about anything good about the Houston Astros. I never will, I don't think. But yeah, if you did watch this on, or if you did listen to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, again, we know who you guys are. The loyal listeners that listen on Apple Podcasts. We know who the fuck you are. So we really fuck with you. We really appreciate you. Drop those ratings for us. They do help us a long way. And if you want to connect with us on all our social media platforms, our Twitter is at ADED Podcast. Our Instagram is at ADED Pod. And our TikTok is simply just the name of the show. It's been an absolute ride on this Monday afternoon in October after Week 7. You've been listening and watching to the All Day Everyday Show with All Day AJ and Manny Ruffin. Alex James and Manny Ruffin signing off from Week 7. We'll see you in Week 8. NLCS and ALCS Game 6 and Game 7 is tonight. We're about to see Bentham at the bank. We'll see you in the World Series.
Fuck.
I can't believe it.